I did it the other day, and I knocked it off just before the video went live, so I had to quickly do it. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Raggy's Beer Haul video. And hopefully that bloody lagginess will disappear pretty quickly. Because of this device using some of the, or it's the TV, I don't know. So tonight, Harvest Pale. Oh, what a beer! The Supreme Champion Beer of Britain 2010. Did get that right, didn't I? Champion Bitter of Britain 2007. Good evening. Yeah. Ipa National Champion Bitter 2004. And very nice beer too. I know. I've been sat waiting to turn it on. I'm sitting there just looking at the screen thinking it's stressing because I think, come on, bloody hell. We're way up 6 o'clock. But good evening. Although, to be fair, I was rough this morning. Ooh, nearly dropped the glass. So I'm going to crack this one open first. Harvest Pale. This is 4.3%. On draft, it is 3.7%. Good evening. Yeah, on draft, sorry, 3.7. On draft, for me, it's better. Good evening, everyone. On draft, it's better. But hey, you know, well, yeah. Right, try and open this now. And I've even got my Castle Rock Brewery glass from the Robin Hood Beer Festival of 2000 and I think it was 14. Yeah, 2014. So I've got two Castle Rock glasses tonight. And I've got my big pint glass as well. Oh dear. Good evening. Well, I got a bollocking off the wife, yakking away quite loud in the kitchen, and she knew I'd had a bit to drink as well. So yeah, she's all right now. You know, she's fine now, but she wasn't at that particular moment when she come down the stairs. What are you doing? Yeah, it's on Kent Beer Reviews channel. I joined towards the end, probably the last hour, if I'm being right. Although to be fair, I was that drunk, I can't even remember a lot of it. I hope I didn't show myself up, but so look at that lovely blonde beer. Yeah, you know, if she really knew how much she's done, she wouldn't be very happy. But yeah, I mean, most times she understands that it's a hobby. It's a 3.7%. Memory serves me correctly, in pubs. The bottle, though, is 4.3%. 4 hours, 13 minutes in. Yeah, I'd gone on and commented a few times. Let me just make sure. Oh, get my finger out the way of the bloody... There we go. Good evening. Cheers. Yeah. I've not even been able to look at the beers, you know, since last night. I woke up this morning and I'd had beer, I'd had wine, some spirit. So, you know, I'd had a bag full. And this morning I'm like, oh, God. And the wife's moaning at me and I've got a headache and I'm thinking, oh, dear. But yeah, look at that. Coming to Nottingham. But no, it's actually a 4.3, this is. On draft, it's 3.8. Slightly more stronger in the bottle. Not sure why they do that, but there's obviously a reason why they do it. And it's a bit laggy, isn't it? It's blooming internet. Oh. So refreshing. You know, it's a nice... I mean, by today's standards, it's... Good evening. By today's standards, it's not really, you know, it's more of a traditional beer. But, yeah. Garlic mushrooms tonight, steak, and crispy potatoes tonight. Landlord's a staple beer, isn't it? You know, it's a cracker of a beer. I've been nosing at other people's live reviews over the last few days, and today I posted something, and nearly 20 minutes before they even seen it. Quite funny, really. I tried to keep relatively quick with it. No rhyme with the state. No, I'm being good. Homebrew dark velvet stout. Oh, lovely. Wilco's or Cooper's or... That's so refreshing. Just, it's the spot. It's not too strong. Orange Boom. Is that the 2.8% one? If memory serves me correctly. Yeah, the Abbott Reserve's awesome. Cocoa Wonderland. Oh, lovely. Irish whiskey later. Job's a good one. I'll do that landlord out of a cask. Yeah. Yeah, the flipping neighbour comes out. I'm like, shit. You can see me talking to the camera. Obviously, they can't see my camera. My camera's inside a glass cupboard. And I wonder if this is killing the internet. Turn this bloody thing off. I think that's... Let me knock it off. Bulldog Lager on the brew. That's it. Crafty end. Whoa. Yeah. McEwan's, you can't beat McEwan's, can you? You know, the Champion Ale. First time I drank it, I was like, what? Awful. Far too strong. Nowadays, it's like pop. Six ales on, fair play to you. You'll be steaming tonight then. Going to the pub, eh? We're all sitting here thinking, I can't go to the pub. Cognac Barrel Craft Stout. Lovely. I missed a couple of them because King Goblin, can't fault you there. Merlot from Lidl. Ooh. Cognac Barrel Craft Stout. That sounds nice. Can't fault you. I'm going to try and be good tonight. I'm trying to stick to 2 beers, go up the arse, stay a bit more sober and alert. Try not to wind the wife up 2 nights on the run. It don't bode well. Plus, I might do some internet work on my computer later, so having a good ad. Do some catching up with internet. So yeah, I mean, if you ever come to Nottingham, or if you see this on draft, it's absolutely divine. In bottle, it's nice. On draft, it's just something extra. It's you know, I've had most of the Castle Rock stuff on draft over the years, and this fella, oh dear, what a pearl of a beer. And I think the chat must have stopped for me. There we go. Put back on live chat again. 5 beer reviews. Oh dear. Beer pump. I love a beer pump, you know. Sober on a Saturday night, yeah, probably will be. Until later when she falls to sleep and I think, oh sod it, I'm going down the shed. Right, put that back on. That's better. She gave me a right moan this morning, to be fair. Bless her. Yeah. But then an hour or 2 later, she was all right about it, you know. I think it was a bit strange, me talking to a phone in that way. Yeah, fair play to you. 2 red cards, eh? You can't fault these red cards, can you? Yes. I think it might be called the Canal House, actually. The pub in Nottingham. Yeah, that's one of their lot of stuff there. I run my website, don't I? And I haven't posted no news all week. And it brings a bit of extra revenue in. So keeping the news going is good. So I need to, I need to do some work, catch up. Boring work, but I watch TV while I'm doing it. I always call this the beer room, I do. I need to get a sign called the beer room. Oh, now He went quick then. Beer vouchers. Oh, can't afford that, can you? Yeah. A bit, some beer meetups. There'll be people who watch beer reviewers all around the country thinking, I want to go and have a, go and actually go and meet the beer reviewer and actually, I think Preservation's a nice beer. It's been a while since I've drank it, though, to be fair. I mean, they've got two new beers coming out in the next week or so at Castle Rock, and here's one here, Session. That's a Castle Rock Session. It's one of theirs. I use apple juice wine. Just apple juice, and do it with apple juice instead of the actual apples. I find it really hard. It's a lot less messing about. It's a quick bish bash bosh. Get the yeast on, and then you can start home brewing. Yeah, using juice wine, I think, is a better way of doing it than actually, and cheaper than messing about doing the apples yourself. I would presume so, at least. Bishop's Finger, hey? Whoever named that was taking the mick, wasn't they? I mean, really. It's an hilarious beer, the name of it. It just makes me laugh when I see it. Yeah, juice wine. Can't fault juice wine. I've got to do I'm definitely thinking about doing a Vimto wine soon. There's lots of little projects, but I'll wait for the weather to warm up because I can't have it in the house, spewing it all over the house. Yeah, apples. I mean, it's like me. I did a pear wine, and it was so much hassle that in the end, I've got the barrel there, and I hadn't touched it for about 3 months. Yeah, I've been looking, and when I go in shops, I'm always looking, to be honest. I need to go in some of the dodgiest shops in Nottingham, because they'll be the sort of shops where you get the stuff that you can't get from supermarkets and that. But did pick up a couple of new lagers today. Pumpkin wine. Ooh. Carrot wine as well. Bloody hell. A friend of mine made nettle wine once, but I don't fancy the taste of that, the sound of it even. No, I don't want to brew. I'm not brewing Peru wine again. No. I'm not going down that road. It's a bit darker on here tonight for some strange reason. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at some of these Polish shops. We've got a few around the city. I'll have to go in, make sure, As luck would have it, we've got a massive apple tree in work. And I was thinking about doing an apple, an apple wine even, but then I thought, no, I just can't be done with the hassle. And all the apples went to waste in the end, I think. Distill the prune juice. Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it? I think the lighting's a bit strange tonight. It's oh yeah, 9% is definitely down my avenue. Yeah. Lockdown. Well, let's be fair. I go to work all week anyway, so being in lockdown does not bother me at all. Apart from the fact that you can't go to the restaurants and you can't go to the pub. Every other bit of it is fine for me. Although it's nice to see people. Good evening. Missed a load then. There we go. I agree with that. Going to shows, festivals, bloody hell. 9% for an apple and cranberry cider. That does sound nice as well. Very well, thank you. Well, caught up again there. Oh, what a cracker. Oh. I'm gutted. I've missed out on the Harvest Pale double IPA. I went down to West Bridgeford and I didn't get it, and now they've sold out. Absolutely gutted. Yeah, I went on another reviewer's live stream earlier. It's a low pub or something. And I watched them for about 10, 15 minutes. And everyone's getting drunk then. And that was about 2 o'clock-ish. And I'm thinking, whoa, far too early for me. Yeah. Oh, it's all interesting brewing. I mean, I like to brew with kits, really, rather than mess about trying to do it myself. But, but if you can utilise kits, then even better. Yeah. I mean, on draft is immense. On draft, you get so much more out of it. But, as it is, I think Marston's make it for Castle Rock, from what I've been told. And they make it, mass produce it in bottles for them. Um, and maybe the Marston's water's not as good as Nottingham water. Although Burton and Trent's supposed to have decent water, isn't it? Favourite ever lager? Oh, Peroni's Doppia Molto. Absolutely awesome. The strength and the maltiness, to say it's a lager, is absolutely there. Amazing lager. On a 7.5%, you lucky person. I actually get a sweetness from it. Like I say, I don't get what I get from the draft version. Similar sort of taste. It's a little bit hoppy. It's very light, very easy drinking. Nice bite on the back end. I'm drinking. I'm forgetting to even look. It's funny how when you're in drink mode, you don't. When you're in drink mode, you don't really take notice of flavours and that. You might take a little bit of notice. When you're in more of a reviewing mode, you actually take more notice of what you're drinking. I do find that hilarious, especially me. And I think sometimes if you actually try to review the beer in your own way, take a bit of time to sip it, try and get flavour from it, you actually enjoy it more. Stops drinking it too quick as well, which is probably a good thing. No, I don't upset the wife. Plus, I'm cooking dinner and I need to be able to see straight when I'm cooking dinner. I agree with the Guinness. Guinness as a starter stout. Yeah, I do. That was my very first stout. And because it's so mainstream, that first drink in that, if you can stand Guinness, then every other stout is okay. Bar maybe the salted caramel stouts, they take a bit of drinking, they do. But the 7.5% Guinnesses, bloody hell, they're nice. Yeah, the Guinness West Indies, love that too. As for kits, yeah, I might try the Cooper's Malt kit just to see, where I go when I try some experimental brews. My Imperial Russian Stout. If anybody wants to brew something nice, they love brewing that kit, £40 kit. Yeah, it's 40 quid. It's not cheap, but bloody hell, the flavors are brilliant, and it's maturing upstairs and in the house, and oh, it's so nice. My body's only just getting round to being okay again. Warstein, absolutely love it. Very good German lager beer. Very nice. I mean, the Vocation's Banoffee Stout the other night. Bloody hell, that was awesome. Can't wait to try the cherry one. 10% IPA. Oh, I know. I've met back up with one of my old mates today, somebody from one of my old workplaces, and he's going to have a load of my beer. So I'm going to give him a load of my barreled stuff, and because I don't want to chuck it, and then I can start doing some more brewing again, get back into brewing. but brewing some different stuff. I mean, I've done rhubarb stout the last year. I've done a ginger wine. That actually turned out really good. I want to do a ginger and elderflower. Oh. Yeah, it was dead interesting talking to other beer reviewers last night. It's interesting. It's different. Oh, it's ready now for sipping. Yeah, it's great. It's already matured nicely. Yeah, I think normal Guinness is a bit not that great, you know. But I'd rather have Guinness. There we go. I'd rather have Guinness than bloody Carling and Foster's. Yeah, Warsteiner, very nice. My daughter went to yeah, rhubarb stout was absolutely lovely. It started off really in your face rhubarb, and when it matured, it was slightly more palatable, and yeah, it went down well. Oh dear, so well. Yeah, I drank that pint quick. Jesus Christ. Tomato and sage porter? No. No, I've not seen that one before. It's amazing, isn't it? How your taste buds change over the years. No, I've not been to the Guinness tour in Dublin. I'd love to though. I've been as far as Londonderry. These lockdown hotels sound great, don't they? Sitting in your hotel room for 10 days, just getting drunk. Doing live streaming. 10 days. Yeah, Donegal's not far away from Londonderry, is it? It's only a stone's throw away. My wife's cousin, he lived in Letterkenny, and he had an house, and it was gorgeous, like a bloody mansion, all freestanding on its own. And they had a hoover that you plug the connection into the wall, and you could hoover, and then go upstairs, plug it back in again, and all the stuff went down below, and it was the wackiest thing, you know, probably dead posh. I mean, I've just got a normal chuffing hoover. The clock is for my wife's. Remember, me and the wife got married on the 11th of July, 1998. Yeah, had a few beers since then. See you later. Enjoy your beers in the pub. Some people have all the luck. No, I don't really watch rugby, to be honest. I watched the World Cup when we won. Was it 1993? Or was it 2003? Can't remember. Watched it then. It's like cricket. I can't stand cricket. Oh, that I don't know. I'm still very much a YouTube newbie. I've only just discovered that you can do schedules. Although I had to leave my phone on to make sure I didn't knock off the schedule. Experimental beers. Now that sounds up my street. I love trying the quirky stuff. Yeah, I was. How old was I then? No, 26. Yeah, 26 back then. Yeah. That's bad, isn't it? I'd have kept the 2 Guinnesses and told her to go and buy a soft drink. Soft drink, it's got to be cheaper than the Guinness. God, no. No. What you've just said there, are they empty? None of them are. Every single bottle can is full. Yeah, yeah, every single one. I probably got a good 400 beers. Yeah. Yeah, my mate come in, he says, are they Are they all empty? I says, no. Why would I keep empty beers? Chuck the bleeders in the bin. I don't want to see them once I've drank them. Yeah, yeah. It's been an investment, and building the beer wall has been great. It was a lockdown one. I got a big, these, I think they call them Euro pallets. They're 8 foot wide, and they got all the wood off them. You need 2 or 3, and obviously you need a strong shed to hold the weight. Hopefully it won't ever fall, because I would cry, literally. And yeah, and it took me about 4 hours to do the whole job. Yeah, yeah. Good evening. So yeah, I mean, if I ever got robbed, bloody hell, somebody'd have a field day. Although they'd probably look at some of the other stuff I've got and drink that first and probably die in the shed, pissed out their head and dead, But yeah, there's some nice beers. Make a great shop. No. I mean, I've got a load of bottle caps over here, but it's like my daughter got it me. It's like a bottle cap bin or something. Yeah. There's enough homebrew as well. I mean, what I've got in beer, I've probably got the same volume in homebrew as well. So homebrew wine, 2 barrels. I've got countless bottles of homebrew wine and that. I mean, this is the American oak-aged rum ale. And I had a bottle at the house last night when I was talking on that live beer chat. And I was steaming this morning. Oops. And yeah, insurance claim. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. I see a lot of co-op lorries by my Kellam workplace. Every 2 minutes, co-op going by. Bloody hell. And the thing is with wine's never going to age. You can have it in 2 years' time, homebrew wine. As long as you've done all your procedures right, cleanliness, then you're fine. So you go through Kellam to get to Lincoln, then? Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? A46. The subscribers I think we're going to touch 1,400 sometime this week. And it's nice to see new people, and yeah, if by coming on here, and you'll see people that are obviously sat in the background, probably not talking, and when they realise that we're quite a nice, friendly bunch, coming on here having a chat, and that, it's good. It's this thing of not being able to go out or go to the pub, and the weather's been so crap. Yeah, it was just before Christmas, wasn't it? Sometime in November, I think, when it hit 1,000, something like that. Anyway, I think it was November. Was it October? I had to get onto YouTube in the end and give them a nudge and say, I've hit 1,000, but I still can't do anything. Wait till I'm 50. Yeah, you don't want to draw me, do you? Me too. Yeah. The chat does take your mind off other things, definitely. And as for homebrew's amazing. Once you that's the point. Tesco's today. Woodford's, they've got these Woodford's kits in my Tesco. So there's going to be another Tesco's. It's a Woodford kit with the bucket and the beer mixture inside. 20 quid, reduced to 20 quid on a reduced to clear. For me, bloody amazing price. 20 quid. Missed that last bit of comment then. Yeah, Woodford's, it's not a bad ale as well, is it? Headcracker though. Oh, Headcracker's brilliant. That's got to be my favourite. Yeah, I was watching Real Ale Craft Beer the other night. Yes, last night when he was dressed as Mario. And I had to turn off after 5 minutes because there's that many people talking. And it was like, oof, dear. You know what Aldi did? All the supermarkets need to do. You know, put a little bit of a lifeline out to the breweries. Sell some of their beer, even if it's a temporary thing. They've got the space. Every supermarket's got space to put a pallets of, you know, a beer from some of these places that are struggling. Could you imagine if all the local ones make no difference to me, to be honest, because it's all virtual, isn't it? So it's nice talking to people, but as for feeling any different, nah, I'm just me. It's that they all ought to be supporting local breweries. You imagine if Aldi's, Lidl's, all the supermarkets around the countries put some space down, took pallets from each of the breweries, sold them at a price. Obviously, it's got to be a price to sell, but all that money coming in, you know, you'd help the brewery industry out at a time. I mean, you could have tastings as well. You could actually be crafty and have somebody from, say if it was Castle Rock, you could have somebody from Castle Rock there doing tastings. People would buy, you know, they'd support their local breweries. Shipyard ale's not too bad, actually, as them sort of ales. Yeah, it's okay. Very traditional, but yeah, not a bad ale, really. Miss them bloody chat. Keeps disappearing on me. It's going that fast. Yeah, that's daft, isn't it? Fancy opening pubs with no alcohol drinks. Keep to social distancing. That's all you've got to do. Oh, that sounds nice with the wine and the Cabernet and that. That vocation Banoffee, you are going to die when you drink that. I've watched other reviews of it, just out of curiosity sakes, and the Banoffee stout's amazing. It won't happen, no. Yeah, totally. Burn buildings, yeah, definitely. I mean, pub with no beer. What's the point? Stoneheart from Aldi today. There was some new lager in at Tesco's today, so bugger. So that's arrived in Tesco's. Angelo Peretti. And the funny thing is, my boss at work, this is what he has in both cinemas open but no films. Yeah, I know. Okay, now. Yeah, this is what he has on the pumps in my workplaces. So future review. All I need to do now is snag a glass. I'll ask him, see if I can borrow a glass. Yeah, I know. Pubs, you know, hospitality's been battered, and yet there's been not that much need. Good evening. You could have kept hospitality going. As long as you say to people, stick to your tables, you know, and I don't know. I find it so. I mean, we can all do social distance chatting. I mean, we've done it here, but but you imagine sitting in the pub 2 meters in far away to sit from people, and you can talk with your masks on. Purity Breweries in Redditch. Oh, might have to have not pop in one day. I know I so feel for the all the breweries. Castle Rock, they're doing their best to survive. They're doing deliveries. So if you go on the website, castlerockbrewery.com, I think it is, you'll see all the beers they do. They've got new beers coming out all the time. They're doing deliveries. They're doing a thing where you can drive down and get like a click and collect thing. And they're even doing markets so that, just to keep going, just to keep themselves alive. So a cracking beer, much better on draft in my opinion, but still a great beer. Like I say, if you put the draft version against the bottle version, you wouldn't know what I mean. There's a hell of a lot more to the draft. If you don't diversify and you don't adapt, you're going to struggle. I mean, for me, you could do outside, get your car parks of each pub, put the barrels outside, get people to drive up with their fillable containers. I even sell the fillable containers. 20 different tables, jobs are good one. And yeah, get a vaccination as well. Get a vaccination, get your beers, jobs are good one. And I've met the boss of Castle Rock. He actually bought me a glass and 2 beers round because I did a review with yeah, people are ignorant, aren't they? You know, you look in supermarkets, and some of the idiots you get in supermarkets. You know, I stood on the beer aisle yesterday by myself with my mask on, looking at the beers from a distance. This woman walked by me. Oh, I hate this aisle. It's when in lockdown, it's awful. And I looked at it and I thought, that was obviously meant for me. And I thought, do I buy it? And I thought, no, it's just not worth it. Just a bloody idiot, and just let her walk off. But you know, you do get them sort of people, unfortunately, in this world. But yeah, these guys, like all breweries, doing what they can. And I mean, let's be fair, summer's coming up. Summer's coming up, and I think outdoor drinking should be allowed. If you can drink outdoors, then why not? You know, why not let the beer start selling in April? I mean, if I'm going to a restaurant, I want a beer with my food. I don't want to, you know, eat beer with no food. Right. Lovely beer. I was going to give it a score out of 5. Draft version, probably about a 4.6. This, for me, slightly less. About a 4.2. Still a good beer. Just not quite. Yeah, that was a good guess. Just not quite the beer that the draft version is. Now, change my glass. Definitely. Outdoor beer reviews soon as well when it gets warmer. Screech Owl. This on draft is bloody amazing. This in the bottle is also bloody amazing. 5.5% American IPA. And again, more traditional IPA. It's not craft IPA like these stuff in the cans. You know, it's very much more traditional. But, whoa. Yeah, good guess. And yeah, absolutely banging. There was a beer festival at Sainsbury's back in 2013, I think it was. I have scored some beers below 3. Yeah, there was one. It was awful. It was absolutely crap. Can't remember the name of it, but I did. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5, which is woof. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, the graphics are good, aren't they? Yeah, this was in a beer festival at Sainsbury's. You know, they did for so many years, Great British Beer Festival. And in our Sainsbury's in Arnold, wow. Morrison's. So you can get it in Morrison's. You should be able to get Morrison's nationwide. Harvest Pale you can. This you should be able to. Me? Craft beer? If I do that ginger jobby that I'm on about doing, the ginger, you know, like an imperial ginger beer, I'm gonna call it Raggy Avenue for want of a better word. But yeah, just for a name, you know. And right, swap my glass again. Castle Rock Brewery glass. If anybody's watching, yeah, I'm still using the glass. Oh, that water the other week was a bit. I've still got the bottle as well, funnily enough. Merrydown. Do you know? I'm not sure. You can search my reviews if you go on a computer. There's a little search area below the name. Don't go in the top search area because it searches the whole of YouTube. But if you go below, you can search the site, and you can search what reviews. Yeah. Right. 99%, 99 yeast. Yeah, I was thinking of using something like a champagne yeast to get the ABV up and try and get as much out of the sugars as possible. Look at that, beautiful. So lovely golden pour. You see that little bit of carbonation in there. Doesn't it look good with it? You know, good centimetre of head. Obviously, if you was at home, you'd want more than a centimetre, but yeah, lovely and clear. And I've had this in the Forest Tavern on Mansfield Road in Nottingham. It's called the Maze now, and it's actually shut down now, like a lot of pubs have. You know, so sad to see pubs going and be turned into, well, God knows what, shops and other things. Although, to be fair, I'd love to buy a pub, you know, the site, leave the bloody bar in and actually adapt the rooms into something, you know, imagine that, Raggy's beer reviews inside a pub. Oh. Yeah, I probably would with the yeast. I seen it. It was a collar, wasn't it? Prune juice wine stout. Ooh. I won't go down that road again. Yeah, collar. Yeah. I was looking at it thinking, well, I don't know this question, and I thought, well, it's got to be collar because the other two don't sound like, you know, like that. Yeah, on The Chase. Was it The Chase or was it Tipping Point? They're the only two shows I watch on TV because the rest of the TV I can't stand. Although I've been dragged into watching Emmerdale and Coronation Street just recently while I'm sat in the front room waiting for dinner or I'm cooking dinner. Got to say, not much of a nose on this, to be fair. I'm not getting it at the moment. But a lovely, hoppy, bitey taste. Truly traditional IPA over the stuff on the shelf behind me. 5.5%. If I can read it. Oh, first brewed in 2008, so 13 years old. Good evening. Screech Owl has become a firm favourite of Castle Rock's core range of beers. It has all the hallmarks of a classic. Fresh, bright citrus hops, a full-bodied mouthfeel, and a refreshing but balanced bitterness to the finish. Serve cool, but not cold. So it may be that I've got it slightly cooler than what it should be. Yeah, mate. Captain Tom, yeah. Was sad, wasn't it? Good bloke for what he did. Maybe with you know, the Facebook chat room, that'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? You know. Yeah. Maybe open up a Facebook group and just do some Morgan's ginger beer. 3%. Ooh. Old Lang Zealand. Never heard of that. You know, there's so many beers out there, isn't there? Macmullen AK. Never heard of that either. It's truly humbling to see so many different beers, and you know, you need an army of people to review them to ever get round them all. You know, you need a lot more than just 2 or 3. That's for certain. I mean, just in Nottingham, every brewery in Nottingham is bringing out new beers at the moment, and I think it's a good thing. You know, bring out as many as you can. Keep chocking them. It's like putting something new in the shop window. Yeah, that's hilarious with a pub. Then again, I get people driving into the workplaces at both sites where I am, trying to go to the hotel. Obviously, the hotel's closed. And yeah, there's no weddings at the moment. Hopefully the weddings will start soon. I see all these machines that people have got, like the perfect draft. Oh, boy, mate. Yeah, the perfect draft and all that. It's just money into it, you know. It's like, do I buy that, you know? I don't mind doing homebrew. I suppose it's, you know, I've seen that other beer reviewers do perfect draft reviews and all that. Good evening. Yes, the citrus is coming through now. Now it's warmed up a bit. The citrus is coming through quite nicely. Still a very subtle citrus. Leaves a bit in the back end. But I've had this, I mean, I had it in the summer and I did a review of it and it totally hit the spot. And somebody contacted me because I did a review of this in a Guinness glass. And someone contacted me from, I think it must be a trade. And he says to me, is it okay if we send you a glass? Because you did a review of Castle Screech Owl in a Guinness glass. And I said, yeah, I don't mind. Good evening. You're doing co-op Magpie beers. Yeah, you're doing co-op. But co-ops, I suppose, 5.5% on the ABV. Elgood's Plum Porter. Yeah, I've got to get that bugger one of these days. I've seen the pinter thing on the internet. There's quite a few of them, isn't there? We have a lot of good proper pint pubs in Nottingham. There's lots of all the local breweries. They've got tap rooms, so you know you get a good range of beers in there and guest beers. We have pubs called Castle Rock. They have a load of their beers and other beers in. You've got Lincoln Green pubs. There's 3 or 4. They too have a load of beers. In fact, of all the pubs I've ever been in, the Lincoln Green pubs, you won't want to leave. You come in and you walk out because at the end of the night, because you don't need to go anywhere else. There's probably 20 different beers on cask, and then there's ciders. Blue Monkey pubs as well, brewery, flipping heck, their beers. They have a range of beers from other breweries, and you know Nottingham. What I mean, I suppose it's the same all around the country, but Nottingham breweries all help each other's, and I love that. You know, they're all a family, all in it together, basically. Especially at the moment. 7.1%. That's nice. Back up now. I'm back up to date now. There we go. That's better. Keep my bloody finger out of the way. A lot of people use obviously webcams and stuff to stream, or laptops. I use my phone, so I have to keep putting my finger on it at times. Yeah, all these things. I mean, I'd love to buy probably a grain farm or something, you know, to do grain brewing, but you've got to look at the outlay and think to yourself, would I use it that much for me to buy it? With these draft jobbies, I don't really drink enough to, you know, of any one thing to qualify to buy it. You know, I'm thinking, do I really want to buy, you know, something with 10 pints of? I mean, obviously, when you know, when you can have friends around again, then buying 10 pints of one thing might be interesting. Yeah, I think helping each other's in this day and age, you've got to help out, haven't you? And I think once everything starts to open up, there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to eat any food from takeaways, that don't want to eat any food from home. They want to go out, have a drink, have a nice meal. I drank enough last night. Jesus Christ! I did 3 reviews, then a beer, like a live review. Then I went in the house and kept drinking. And they want small bottles, that's for sure. I mean, luckily, the Weatherspoons are around here. You know, the couple of Weatherspoons, the one in Sherwood near me, That's a really good range of beers in normal times. Fuller's Golden Pride. I'll tell you a little story about that. Came into Sainsbury's, and stuff we don't sell, if it's not ranged for that store, what I mean by ranged is if it's not something that's in the master plan for that store, then we either reduce it and sell it to staff because we're not supposed to be selling it. So Golden Pride come in, and it's like £2.50 a bottle, eh? Woof. And I says, what do you want me to put on this? He says, 50p a bottle. So I did. Yes, I had most of them. Damn nice. Lovely beer. So much nicer than Fuller's, in my opinion. And for a golden beer at 8.5%, wow. Unbelievable. And I need to get me a backside back to Waitrose and get another bottle, or even two. It's a true Raggy Avenue beer, that is. You know, I absolutely love that beer. It just hits the spot. Don't think I've had the Imperial Porter, you know. Good evening. I've had the Imperial Stout. I've had the Vintage Ale. Couldn't get hold of it this year. I went too bloody late. Oh, I'm not sure about the barley wine thing. 50p a bottle. Oh, you lucky person. Yeah, Max Bygraves. But yeah, it was a good price. We used to get some amazing stuff. You know, working in supermarkets on the beers, wines and spirits section. If you're ever going to work in a supermarket, work in there. Hello and welcome on the bus, eh? Going to get you all them lovely pints. Yeah, we used to get 10 or 15% discount. Oh, just like being in the pub, isn't it? Taking your time, sipping your beer, not going too, you know, too heavy. And you know, some of the best nights I've had in the pubs are where you're taking your time and enjoying the beer, actually taking notice of what the flavours are in front of you, having a chat, having a laugh. When we were in the pub one night, and all of us were looking about 5 lads together, you know, all known each other for years. And we looked down at one of the lads, and he says, "What the hell's he got there?" And you look down, and you know, you obviously notice things, and all of a sudden, in his nether regions, all of a sudden he was looking a bit more bigger than what he normally was. And we're all convinced he'd shoved the sock down there for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know why, because he sat with us, but different. Oof, dear, oh dear. All of a sudden it goes like 10 comments all at once. Harvey's Brewery. Yes, I've had all of those, the Sharps ones. Apparently, I haven't reviewed Tribute, so I need to go and check my reviews. Someone said I haven't. Proper Job, I like Proper Job. I've had the Atlantic Pale. They're all nice beers. They're all nice beers when you get them from the brewery, rather. Bloody hell, you can remember, can't you? Jesus. I struggle to remember a lot of beers. You know, when you drink so much, unless you're drinking it on a regular basis, you remember what every beer tastes like. But a lot of these, I forget, you know. Belgian yeast in Homebrew, that sounds interesting. Doom Bar, the mass-produced Doom Bar is nowhere near as nice as the Doom Bar that's on draft from the brewery. Big Job. Is Big Job the stronger one? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had it. I have so many beers these days. It's hard to keep hard to keep a lid on all of them. Yeah, we were just taking the piss out of him because it looked like it all of a sudden it developed, shall we say. And all night long, everyone's looking like Sly looks like, what the fuck? Yeah, he must have fancied one of the barmaids because there was at that time at Shield Manor, they had some nice barmaids. Yeah, I can remember one that used to be a bit sweet on me. This is before I was married, obviously. Oh, the more it's warmed up, it's warming up in here, the more it's getting a lot better. Yeah, there's a lot of beers, isn't it? Big Job is the double. Yeah, I do like Big Job then. Titanic's Iceberg, yeah. They brought some new beers out, and I need to do a beer haul from Titanic. Definitely. Yeah, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. All of a sudden, everyone was looking, thinking, well, you know, I just wouldn't do it. You know, unless he was sitting there, he took some Viagra. That was before that was even before the days of Viagra, so it couldn't have been that. Yeah, yeah. It's a strange one. Yeah. And I'll never ask him because I don't want to go down that road. What the hell were you doing that night? I went on to a brewery today in Stone. I've been to their brewery bar back about 5 years ago, and way before I did reviewing. The brewery is called Limestone Brewery, and they've got a good deal on beers. It's 12 mixed beers for 25 quid, and depending on when you go to that brewery, the only reason I remembered because they followed me on my Instagram account today, and if you go to that brewery, 12 different beers, they've got some cracking beers, and 25 quid's not a bad price for 12 different beers. Stone, yeah, near Stoke, yeah. Not repeating that. I used to get on buses in the morning. You know, before I drove, and we'd be on the bus from like Top Valley at the time in Nottingham down into town, and obviously there's ladies on the bus in the morning, and getting off the bus was always very, very awkward. Yeah, I'm just hoping that St. Peter's Brewery, St. Peter's Brewery stays true to their self. Yes, expand into the craft beer somewhat because I feel that they will do a good job of it. Personally, get more homebrew kits out. Get that plum porter, Christmas ale, winter ale, old style porter. God, it's gone laggy all of a sudden. Into the kits. But yeah, go down the craft beer route, but don't go too far down the craft beer route. You know, you see too many breweries get large, get bought by another big brewery, and then they're ruined. Nottingham has lost Shipston's, Home Ales, Mansfield Brewery, to name but a few. I mean, Shipston's is actually back now, but it's more of a micro brewery than the juggernaut that Shipston's was. Shipston's was a massive brewery. Black Ibis Brewery, Shipston's Brewery, the Little Shipston's Brewery, are all on in that area of Nottingham. And Black Ibis, they make some good beers. Black Country Ales. Ooh. What's the channel, by the way? Andy does ales, Black Country Ales, on his channel. Luckily, I never ever wore a shell suit. Never. Yeah. I think sometimes you're better off not being at the forefront of fashion. You're better off being behind fashion, especially in that situation. It does worry you when the breweries get brought out. Some of the best breweries, I mean, in Nottingham, some of these little breweries are producing so many different beers, and that you don't want them being stifled by a bigger brewery buying them out. Because you look at Marston's, and not to slag any brewery off, but if you look at the likes of Marston's and that, and all of a sudden now Witchwood have dropped off their range, and why? The little breweries would still keep brewing it. Yeah, my family were not rich enough to buy. Marston's own Eagle Brewery. Eagle, it was Wells who used to brew banana bread beer. But Wells, I think they've gone independent again. And so the Wells beers went to Eagle Brewery. But someone may know better than me. But that, obviously at Sainsbury's, all of a sudden, it used to be Wells banana bread beer. Then all of a sudden it's gone Eagle bread. Same as Bombardier. Bombardier used to be Wells. And now Wells have got, I think it's a triple opt IPA or something. Good evening. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the bottle's not as good, is it, either? And I'm sure it used to be Wells and Young's at one stage. But Young's seem to have gone on their own as well, like their double chocolate stout. I'm sure it was Wells and Young's. I might be wrong, but I thought they were together. And obviously Wells now, they call themselves Charles Wells, don't they? Oh, this is going down lovely. Lovely bit of beer. It's like drinking Nottingham. Yes. Obviously Young's, they do a lot of the homebrew, if it's the same Young's. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, isn't it? I mean, I wish that Eagle Brewery, and I've had a few pokes at them to rebrew the Colonel's Choice or Reserve, whatever it's called, Bombardier Colonel's Choice. I think that's what it is. It's not Colonel's Reserve, it's Colonel's Choice. And last time I had that, I had it from Drink Supermarket, bought 6 bottles of it, and bloody amazing. That 5.5%, much better than Bombardier itself. Yeah, well, Eagle are owned by Marston's. They're all part of the same thing, aren't they? Oh, so many breweries get ruined by the big boys jumping in. It's, I suppose they sell out. It's all done by money, I suppose. Marston's have got a lot of debt, though, haven't they? They've got some silly amount of debt that they owe. Did I read it was something daft like £1 billion worth of debt? It was an horrendous amount of debt Marston's own, but they also own a silly amount of pubs and sales. So, but you think to yourself, oh, get rid of that debt. I mean, luckily I have no debt whatsoever. I don't buy anything on the Never Never, and made mistakes years ago, paid for it, for bogger that. And that's where some of these little microbreweries are churning out beer after beer after beer. And that's the issue, isn't it? It's like, I suppose it's the same with footballers. You're at a football club that you love, but someone's offering you another 20,000 a week to go and play for a bigger club. You're daft, you're daft not to take it, aren't you? Even though really you want to stay where you are. Although at the moment, if I was to be offered more money to move job, I wouldn't take it. But money's not everything, you know. I've seen a job as a horticultural lecturer, actually teaching people how to do gardening, which sounds amazing. Certainly the sort of job, I've got the qualifications to do it, but no, I'll stay where I am. Yeah, it's less hassle, and you know, growing veg and that. This year's, for me, it's going to be an amazing year, you know, and going back to true gardening, like allotment gardening. Yeah, if you can't drink a beer in a pub, at least if you can take your, what they've got to do is say, if you bring your refillable containers or bottles, you can buy bottles from the pub and take them home with you, then yes. Barnhouse, that's hilarious. I mean, I can't wait for brewery tours. As soon as I do brewery tours, I'm off to all my local breweries, show my face, and might get a free beer. You never know. All the pubs that are selling in supermarkets are making a lot of coin, because if people drink, they're still going to drink. So they're not going to pubs, so they go into supermarkets. So yeah, you know, enjoying life. You know, money is not everything. Beer shed tour. Hey, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Yeah. Hey, get the home brew on tap. Yeah, help yourself to home brew. Just pour as much as you like. Yeah, and if you're pissed up on the way out, it's your own fault. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? When I finally get all the crap out of the beer room, because at the moment I've got about 30 cushions, you know, from all the decking, I've got Ratton's corner suites, you know, these 3-piece suites that you get. So I've got them in here, and I've also got a gaming chair in here as well. So it's all taking up room. And then I've got about 100 bottles on the floor at the moment. I mean, I'd love to win the lottery, but if I won the lottery, then I would probably set up a micro pub. I'd probably quit gardening altogether, set up a little micro pub, brew some of my own, you know, for the pub, and you know, get people to come in, have tasting sessions with people, and learn a bit more myself, you know, because obviously I ain't a bloody expert, just some twat who drinks beer. But, you know, have tasting sessions, and people will come in and, you know, Love Brewing did the same with gin, where you make your own gin and do gin sessions. Well, yeah, there is that. I could grow veg and hops and that in the pub, and show and do gardening lessons as well. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's so much you could do. You know, thinking out of the box in this day and age. I mean, thing is, if you can drink it, you will, won't you? I mean, I've been to the market in the council house in the Market Square in Nottingham when we've won Britain in Bloom and all that, and they had a free bar, so you could go up, help yourself, but it only lasted for an hour and a half, because then it was all about the, you know, presentations. So you went in, and I tell you what, you can drink a hell of a lot in an hour and a half. Jesus Christ, went in totally sober, came out legless, and I was ill for 2 days. I drank that much, I was ill for 2 days. It's oh dear. I tell you, the amount of beers, you know, there's some amazing beers, some amazing breweries. We are very lucky at this time of our lives that there's the craft beer revolution. You know, I mean, I suppose it started in America before us, but yeah, it's an amazing time to be a beer fan. as it's warmed up, this just gets better. Lovely. Oh God, yeah. You know, I'm like a kid in the sweet shop. When I'm drinking, I'm looking for the strongest stuff. Oh dear. So yeah, definitely want to review the Vocation Cherry, that Imperial Cherry. Got to do it. Can't wait much longer. It's probably going to be tomorrow night because I just can't wait any longer to review it. And you know, them box ticking beers. It's like, no, I'm not waiting. I'm drinking that. And then some of the stuff you just keep putting to the back of the list. That's why I ended up with 30 bottles and cans that I really couldn't be bothered to review. But you know, I mean, I've got some now that I know I need to review, but I can't be bothered until the day comes. And then I look at the beer wall one day and I think, I'm reviewing that today. I never really put any review at the front. These beer chats are the only time at the moment where I'm thinking, right, I'm doing them because of that. Ooh. Was the cherry really, really at the front then? Did you get that really nice cherry? Well, the hot tub room, I'm actually working on that at the moment. Well, I did yesterday when it was dry. I've started cladding the inside walls with pallet, recycled pallet wood. And I'd say about a third of the way through it. It's just pissing down here. There's no snow at all. I mean, Brew Firm's cherry beer is probably one of the best cherry beers you can get. But I'd like to brew that with a malty kit and do a dark cherry beer. Whoa. Oh, missed that. Oh, the banoffee. Oh. Yeah, it's absolutely chucking down here. Has it started snowing in Mansfield? Ah, shit. That means it's heading here soon then. And I've actually bought a cherry and a plum tree this year. So in about 3 years' time, hopefully I'll get some nice crops. And cherry beer, cherry wine, plum beer, plum wine. I'll definitely have a go at it. I do, you've got to feel for anybody in flood areas. Jesus Christ. I've never seen so much rain. Wettest winter, coldest winter since 2009, 2010, that winter. That was right. We had snow and ice on the road for a month where we live. Yeah, Monday's going to be interesting for work. I might have to go to the site nearer home. Yeah, brew firm cherry with a decent stout. Get them malty, because the cherry it's more fruity. A malt kit, a dark cherry beer. Oh, 25 litres of that. And brew firm, you can ramp up the sugar content in that because their yeast is amazing. It just swallows the sugar. I've always brewed longer with the cherry beer kits, but to do a cherry and then a malt kit to, a stout to really ramp up the dark of it. Bloody hell. That's another idea then. That's three definite kits that I'd like to do. Well, four actually. I'd like to do a ginger IPA as well at some stage. Got to be the Imperial Russian Stout kit from Love Brewing at 40 quid. It's absolutely immense. An amazing kit. Really top quality kit. Luckily, we don't see a lot of pigeons around it. Lindeman's Creek is nice. I've had that on on draft. Bloody hell. And it tastes a lot stronger than it looks. You know, you look at it and you think, so I don't know if it's 4 or 5%, but bloody hell, it's really strong. Yeah, I know. I've got to kill this off soon, because I've got to go up the arse and cook some dinner and try not to, you know, wind up the wife any more than I normally do. I thought it was stronger than 3.5. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different cherry beer. There's another one. There's Lindeman's. And, oh, God. Can't remember the bloody name of it. No, it's gone. No, there is another cherry beer. But yeah, the Brew Firm kits. Wow, they are some good kits, they are. Yeah, it's been a great chat tonight. And luckily, I'm going up the arse pretty sober, which is good. You know, it's you don't want to be going up the arse pissed out your head. I might have a late night drink, one, you know, under the radar drink, as it were. But definitely more beer. But to be fair, I'll drink anything at my peril as well these days. Lindeman's on draft. Yeah, I've definitely had that. It's been a good chat. Been enjoyable. It's about 35 at one stage, I think it was. 35 people on here. Yeah, I keep trying to use the different social medias to get more people in. Hopefully we'll watch a film tonight. You know, there's not a lot of new films out there, so you end up watching the same stuff. If you're going to make a ginger beer, simply ginger beer kit. Don't go for any other ginger beer kit. They are brilliant. Get some chopped up ginger root, boil it, add it to the brew as well. You can't go wrong. Trust me. Simply ginger beer kit. Candy sugar. We're pissed up. Jesus. Luckily, I'm quite nice and sober, to be fair. I've had a notification just then because the phone moved. But I don't know if that's the wife saying, get your arse up the ass. So, as always, thank you everybody for coming tonight. And yeah, it's been a good one. Some great beers. Screech Owl. So yeah, I didn't even give it a 4 out of 5. For me, as it got warmer, and that is the key, a bit laggy at the moment, but as it got warmer, it got so much better. And truly, if you ever see it on draft, get a pint of it. Awesome beer. For me, I was going to say 4.4 as well, funnily enough. That's twice tonight. Bloody hell. Yeah, cracker of a beer. Very traditional. Tinder. Never been on there. But yeah, 4.4. Wow, well done. Jesus. And you know, awesome. And as always, thank you everybody for commenting, subscribing, you know, and it makes for a great place. And for those people that watch this afterwards, you know, having a chat, you know, people, and I know that there are people out there that are a bit wary of coming on and chatting. They'll sit there and watch, but they won't chat. Yeah, join in. You see it a lot. Last night, I was hesitant about going on a live stream. I really was, you know. The old mental health issues kicked in. And but it was nice in the end, and I was pissed out in the head. But it was nice to actually chat. It was some good beer reviewers, you know. It's nice to hear other people, what they're saying. I was listening for quite a while, watching and listening. And you can see that the you know, the personalities behind the beer reviews, genuine people that are doing it because it's a good hobby, and I like that, you know. Better than some drone who's only doing it to, obviously to make money or all that rubbish, you know. Yeah. So if you do, and if you want to look at another well, I was slightly more pissed. Kent Beer Reviews is stream from last night's 5-hour stream. I think I actually jumped on about 4 hours in, but yeah, it was different. I can't remember what I said now because I was that drunk. But yeah, it was a good one. Right, thank you all. See you soon. Cheers.